Hi folks, welcome to Barry's Bench, the Central Camera Shop build episode 2. So now we've cut our two side walls and our rear wall out on the last episode. I begun marking measurements for where to cut my backing board. I'm using 3/16 foam board. So I measured the glue tabs on the front and rear wall. They were 3/8 of an inch deep. So I gave myself just a scotch more room, marked my lines here. I measured down from the top to where the roof line sits and gave some clearance for foam board for the roof support and marked this line. So now what I'll do is just start trimming up this foam board to match. So this is going to be my square edge. This is my factory edge right here. So let's go and just get a nice square edge on the bottom. Now we have a square corner to work from. And then take my scale, my ruler here, my foam back ruler, because it doesn't slide very much, and line it up. Continue to cut on the other side. There. Now we have a nice square corner there, or square enough for our purposes. So now what I want to do is lay this here and just line up that edge with the clearance line I marked, and then mark over here, and I'll just go further up to the seam, sort of square. I'll leave myself a little clearance so that I don't have to be highly accurate with the cuts. And just line my rule up, strike a line, and let's take the good old X-Acto, line her up, and let's just cut in here. And the last step for this side would be to mark the height. So I have that right here. So we'll do the same, line her up over there, set a line there. Mark line. Okay. Then just cut it. I usually save these foam scraps for a while until I'm done the project, just in case I need, because little thin pieces like this, I don't bother with, they go in the trash. So, but a bigger flat piece, I might need something to brace something, etc. So, all right, so let's line this puppy up here, see how she looks. There we go. Yeah, let's try. It fits better this way. Big thing is you want to make sure you can see the line to have clearance on all sides and get the bottom nice and square. So I have a little bit of extra clearance at the top, but not a lot. So there we go. All right. So what do I use to glue my backing board to the wall? I use regular Elmer's glue stick. Simple, easy to use. So, oh, get it down in the camera view here where you can see, holding too high. So there we go. So let's just get some glue on here. Get some glue out, and then I just start rubbing it on like so. Try to be careful not to get any on the mat. And if it does, I'll wipe it off, because otherwise things will stick to it, and especially if I'm working on cardstock and paper, and it might tear something like that stuck to it. If you get any big patchy blobs, I try and smooth them out a little bit. So, I mean, if I was gluing paper down, you probably would notice it, but 110-pound cardstock, usually not a problem. More out. There we go. Now brace the piece and put the last little bit of glue on here. And there we go. Put my glue away. Take that down. Flip the piece over. Let's see where we should be. And gently line it up down the bottom, make sure I stay within my clearance lines. And then slide it into position. Once you press it, it stays pretty good. And then stand it up, make sure I'm all the way down square on the bottom. There we go. Now, if you have a brayer roller, a hard rubber roller, you can roll it. I usually just take this, something like this, something smooth and round, something that won't mar the finish on the side. This is what I was using to a wood finish marker from Minwax because it matches the brick color. Once I cut the pieces out, take it and just stroke it along the edge so you don't see the white cut edge of the paper. You can use various markers. Just, you want to test it on a piece of your material you're making the wall out of to see if it seeps into the paper at all. Because sometimes people recommend using alcohol markers so you can get a selection of colors to match whatever edge you're coloring. You want to be careful that when you touch it, it doesn't wick in. Because sometimes, if it's like you printed on an inkjet, it'll wick into your colors. So some people like take it before they cut it and go off the edge and let it seep up to the edge. Since this is an oil stain, it doesn't spread as fast on the paper. It didn't really spread at all. So I just gently went down the edge. So there we go. We have one wall set up. So now the next step is to do the other walls, and then on each wall there's a window. There's a door in the rear, and what we'll do is we will cut them out. And then we have all the pieces for the window that form a little box. So we have to cut through the foam board and put the window in from the front to glue it in place. So it will have depth to make it look real. Now, I may or may not leave the blinds there. I may just cut that open like the window's open or put some curtain material behind it. Not sure what I want to do with that yet. And the windows in the front are all boarded up. I'm considering opening them up so that I can turn it into a photo studio above the camera shop. So I'll consider that once I get to actually bracing up and constructing the front wall. So I went ahead and put the bracing material on the back and on the other side wall. So in the next video, we'll get into doing the windows and doors. I'll show you how to do one, and then you'll get the idea of how to do the others. And then the next step, I would imagine, would be probably to do the front, because there I have to do the full interior. I have to get my lighting plan together and figure out how I'm going to assemble that. Then we'll do the roof. Well, actually, I'll do the roof the very last, because I still have a very complex sign on this. I'm still evaluating how to light it. So once I get that figured out and put the front together, put the sign together, last step will be to put the roof on so that we can go and run all of our wiring inside. All right, well, folks, this is Barry from Barry's Bench. Again, this is episode 2 of the Essential Camera Shop build. I will see you guys soon. Take care.